Yes, they're saying that it's CCTV showing it was an arson, but still, you didn't give those children a chance to escape. You lock them inside a dome like cattle. Why are students being
In
locked
this
inside
day
a
and
dome?
age. Yeah.
If you want to avoid students from sneaking outside the school, build a better security system, build your fence properly. The educational ministry is throwing the school administration under the bus. But you remember during Matiangi's time, he used to do random checks at schools.
Mm-hmm.
About this time last year,
Mm.
Mm.
we had another fire, right? What was the name of the school? In Russia or something like that?
That was
Yeah, it
There
was
was,
under Russia. That
that
was
was
2024.
2024.
2024, yeah, but
Yes.
we had a very bad fire in Russia, right?
Yeah.
I think 67
Uh,
That
students
was
passed
very
away.
bad, yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
and we've had school fires over that. And I remember when I was in high school,
Mm.
we had two major two school fires. The first one was in Nyeri High, where the prefects were burnt by students
Mm-hmm.
because of corporal punishment. And I remember there was a decree by the president that said that
No more.
punishment in schools should only be from the discipline master, and there was not supposed to be any corporal punishment, and students were not supposed to punish other students. And
Mm.
then while I was in Form 4, there was another fire in Changuli High School.
Yes.
And I remember Changuli, it was two students who burnt the dome and they locked their fellow students in the dome. And with that, there was a decree again, a presidential decree, right? Immediately,
Mm.
all windows were supposed to be open, whereby you could jump from the windows. You
Meaning
cannot
it's
lock
it's an
students
exit.
inside the
It's an
dome.
emergency
Yeah,
exit.
all domes had to have two doors. Those doors were not supposed to be locked from outside, and you could always jump from any window and leave the dome in case of anything.
Mm-hmm.
That was declared in all schools. I'm surprised that we have come back to this modern age and we are back to schools having burglars in windows, right? And yes, they're saying that it's CCTV showing it was an arson, but still, you didn't give those children a chance to escape. You lock them inside a dome like cattle. Why are students being
In
locked
this
inside
day
a
and
dome?
age. Yeah.
If you want to avoid students from sneaking outside the school, build a better security system, build your fence properly, right? Na uko na deputy mkali, watu walikuwa wanaogopa deputy hata kushinda wochi.
By the way.
And then while we were doing this, I was with my bro here, and then I was with my daughter, and I was asking them, when you guys went to school, did you have any fair drills at school? And none of them had fair drills at school. Do we have fair drills at schools in Kenya? I don't know. More surely, nyinyi gonna fair drills siku zenu?
What a fire
Who
drills,
know?
bro. I never.
Like, I'm just trying to figure out on this one, as much as we want to say it was a student unrest, on this one, I will say that the educational ministry is throwing the school administration under the bus. But you remember during Matiangi's time, he used to do random checks at schools. Mbaka Kalwale tried to bring up that matter in parliament. Like, you are the CS, why do you walk randomly into schools, Kwanini? And he was like, that's my job. My job is to go and to inspect that we have these policies that schools are supposed to follow. I have to make sure that schools were following this. And during Matiangi's time, when he was Minister of Education, remember that was the time when there was least cheating in exams, and that was the time also that you didn't have all these strikes or bans, and like there was no incidents at that particular time. So for me, I'm wondering is what happened? Why did we slack back? Why are we going back to things of 1992 of locking students in the dorm? Back to you in the studio.
Yani the guy was sitting there with his
Like-
points, just waiting, eh?
Alafu, hey, Vika, before you even go, Ebu circle back. Your president, William Arab Samoei Ruto, has a national power breakfast thing and doesn't even mention it as an afterthought. After everything has been said and done, in fact, he was reminded, oh, by the way, there's this thing, and he called it an incident. He said he called it an incident.
You know why?
Mm.
uh, for them, that cult thing they do offered offered a better optics than anything. That's what they thought. It offered a better optics to them, right? If they had a national prayer thing for the country, that was just an inconvenience that happened. Remember, this thing happened in the morning, 2 a.m. in the morning, right? And the president gets a security briefing of every single thing that's happening in the country at around 4, 5 a.m. in the morning. So he was aware of what was happening. And so were all the dignitaries who were there.
So why
It
did
was
they
the
ignore it?
outrage of the people online that actually made people like Murkomen make a move at midday to go there. That national prayer thing was a disgrace. It's a disgrace. I don't know why they hold it. In all honesty, it doesn't help the country in anything.
No, it does not.
It does not.
It's
not like when they pray,
PR
God
stunt.
decides to favor Kenya or anything. No, it doesn't help.
No, it's a PR stunt.
It was a very inconsiderate, inhumane thing to be happening at that particular time. Let me tell you something. If Trump was supposed to hold such a ceremony and there was a school shooting, even if it was 2 kids or 3 kids who died, he would not do that thing. Because they understand the optics of how it
Yes,
works.
and they're not reading the room. They do not read the room.
Yeah, she didn't usiku na
constant.
president ajuangi jua mpaka leo. Hata sikia finance bill yako anajua, alikuwa na watu wanamchukia nasema ni Gachagua. Unaona, like he does kila kitu ni opposition. And when we have that mentality of kila kitu ni opposition, what are we looking at? Like, you know, I actually don't even want to talk about the president because tuongee vitu zingine, sitaki kuongea juu ya Ruto. Nikiongea juu ya Ruto ndajam na nitasema vitu zenye sifai kujam, natafutwa kazi.
So because now the problem becomes in instilling that thing. You know, like your national breakfast. With him not actually mentioning what happened, you know, he's talking about what the administration has done, mambo ya housing fund, housing levies, ABCD, he wants to build a refinery. So people are like, okay, fine. Watoto wamekufa. Your policies ain't working. They are not working. Period. But in Isawa.